Hey everybody, Jeff Bennion here, and I recently had a set published in Harper's Bazaar magazine, and I wanted to show you kind of a walkthrough of my studio, where we shot it, and how we set that up. Now the thing that was unique about that shoot is we shot the entire thing using lights, constant lights that cost between $50 to $100. So I wanted to kind of walk you through the setup that we have, how we lit everything up, how we set everything up, how we angled it, how we posed it, and how we compose that spread. So this is the main setup here. This is one of my two large 100 square foot windows, fake windows that I have built in the studio. This one is the narrow skinny one. It's about 7 feet long and it goes up 15 feet high. I've got 15 foot ceilings. So I've got this diffusion fabric right here. I've got actually 3 layers of diffusion. These outside curtains right here, these are just some panels of sheer material that I got at the craft store. And then inside here, I've got, this is a 30-foot piece of chiffon, some silky material that I have folded over itself and comes down twice. And then inside here, I have the actual lights. Okay, so these lights are actually, they're voice activated. So I have them daisy chained together, and then they go to an outlet at the wall that's hooked up to a smart outlet, a smart adapter that I bought for, I think it was like 30 bucks or something like that on Amazon. So these turn on and off with your voice. So you can say, Alexa, turn off the sexiest light ever. Boom. Alexa, turn on the sexiest light ever. I named it that so that I could remember, because it is in fact the sexiest light ever. And the cool thing about these lights is we know, because of the property of lighting, that the closer you are to a large light source, the softer the light's going to be. So I wanted to create a enormous 100 square foot light source that you could literally just get right into, and it creates ultra soft glowing light. So we do various silhouette pictures here, shooting from this way. I like to shoot straight on this way and get kind of this split profile where it's light here and then it rapidly fades. Because of the inverse square law, the light rapidly fades and then the face is dark, and you can just play around with it and get some really cool things. Now I actually have overhead lights here too that are also on dimmers, so I can say, Alexa, set the overheads to 100%. And that kind of controls the fill light. Now my overhead lights and these lights are 4,000 degrees Kelvin color temperature wise. And so the reason I have that is I wanted a real kind of warm light to kind of mimic the morning light or like sunset light. And I also have it opposite this wall right here with these cool tones. So I also have these rich tones in the blue, and I have the same rich tones of brown in the flooring. So I've got the warm light coming across here, hitting these cool tones, and I have the deep saturation matching the deep saturation in the floor. And then of course I've got the gold accents on this wall that create that color pop, and the warm light coming in, the warm ultra soft light coming in right here. And then most of the furniture in here too is kind of an ivory instead of a white, to kind of just give those warm tones. So now let me show you the other fake window that I have and some of the other pictures that we set up over there. All right, so this is our second fake window. This window is 10 feet by 10 feet. It has the same number of lights. The only difference is here I have this ultra warm chandelier, and you might notice, but the color temperature on these lights is different than the original ones that I have at that other window. So because I have this ultra warm chandelier, I wanted to have cooler lights coming out here to be kind of daylight. These are 6,000 Kelvin. So I've got cool lights coming here opposite this ultra warm light. So opposite this on the background, I've got this green and gold wallpaper with muted tones over here. So we have kind of these pastel colors right here with this beige chaise lounge. I've got kind of this birchwood color flooring. And then I've got this little punch of crimson right here from these crimson velvet curtains and this kind of cherry wood red desk that I have right here as an accent thing. And so here we can do a lot of different things. This is a really fun place to play because you can get kind of more wingspan over here, if you will. And then you also can play a lot with the warm color coming off of the chandelier opposite this cool color. Now the chandelier is also dimmable. So you can say, Alexa, set the chandelier to 40%. And then that goes down. Alexa, set the chandelier to 100%. And so now I get to play around with the different color toning straight out of camera with the cool and the warm. And then also depending on where the model is standing, if I'm shooting from this angle, here I've got cool and warm. And if you come over this way, then you have cool, and then the chandelier acts as kind of more of a rim light behind, right? Now, another thing that we can do, and this was one of the things that we did in the spread for Harper's Bazaar, is this is a really cool place to kind of play with some really contrasty lights. I love doing contrasty work and playing with hard shadows and really deep shadows. So if we turn off the chandelier, Alexa, turn off the chandelier. So I can grab these curtains and pull them in tight. And then I can play with, it's like having a strip box where you have a really narrow stream of light. So you can do a lot of things playing right here where now you've got this light kind of flagged off by these curtains, and you can do some really dramatic things right here, some dramatic silhouette shots. Or if you turn sideways and shoot this direction, then you can get some really cool things with just really harsh dramatic shadows. So that's something that I like to play around with a lot here too. And you know, standing here in between the curtains and pulling these curtains out, and it creates a really pretty silhouette with the with those deep crimson colors. So you've got the shadows, you've got the red, and red and black is one of my favorite color combos, with this really intense backlight that's really ultra soft, so you get really dramatic light fall off, and you also get really soft lights on the face and on the silhouette that hugs all the curves and contours of the body. So this is a really pretty place to play around. Let me just open that up a little bit. And let me show you the last set that we have here, which is the vanity. All right, so this is our last set that we used in the spread. This is the vintage vanity set that I built. And we've got this beautiful mirror. We've got this ivory desk with the gold accents. We've got this makeup mirror right here, also with the gold accents, a variety of flowers and candles and stuff to make for some really pretty props. Now, this is a really cool spot where you can do really tricky things with this mirror. If you come in a little bit close and get kind of a close down angle off to the side, you can get the reflection of the chandelier in the mirror, and you can also get some really pretty things happening where you focus on the reflection versus focusing on the person, and kind of go back and forth between focusing on the person there or put the focus on the reflection. So this is a really pretty spot to get some really unique shots. There's a lot of creative things that you can do when you're shooting with mirrors, and I love taking advantage of that. So I hope you enjoyed that little walkthrough of my studio and kind of how we use the different spaces and how we light them, and the different lights that we have in the walls here and how we set up that shoot. So if you like this video, if you learn anything, please like, comment, subscribe, and I look forward to making another video for you. Thanks.